And hello again. Welcome back to the Scarborough Dudes Museum Bar. Oh boy, I'm looking around. We're never going to get through all this stuff, but I've got something for you today. It's something that I don't even know why I still have, and I don't think there's a buyer's market for it, but there's a story. It is my baseball glove. There you go. Open her right up. See the pocket? Both sides. Now, the glove itself, it looks really nice. It's a lovely tan color. I love the color. I got this probably, sorry, I gotta lean in here. I haven't quite perfected the camera setup. I'd like you to see my hat there, little Japanese writing. I got this at the Dixie Hardware in Lachine. That would have been 45th Avenue in Lachine. We lived on 48th, so it was the walking distance to your local your bank, the drugstore, there was a toy store there for a while, Fernley's, and the Miss Dixie restaurant. And anyway, the little hardware store. And I can't remember, I'm thinking I must have bought it myself. Like, certainly my father was not involved. That's one of the reasons I'm talking about it. I have no recollection, and I'm quite sure it never happened, of ever throwing a ball back and forth with my father. And as a tradition, you think of, that's something kids did, pitch the ball back and forth with their dad. But I came along a little late. There was a little gap between my brother and I, 5 years, and my sister is 7 years older than me. And he was busy, so it's not something I hold against him or feel badly about. I think maybe there was a time when I did. But I had friends who were playing ball, and I knew, hey, I got to have a glove. A boy's got to have a baseball glove. So I went down and bought this one. It would have been fairly cheap. But when I look at it now, it was good leather. I mean, what do you do? How do you recycle leather? I have no idea. It's called the League Player. Oh, I like the sound of that. Made in Japan. So it's still, I can still put it on. Yeah, there. But I can distinctly remember the first time I caught a ball with this, probably a line drive or something, catching it on my thumb is here. You'd think it looks like your thumb goes up there. My thumb is here. Fingers only go up just partway into here. And I remember catching a ball and it seemed to hit my thumb, and I was never the same after that. That hurt for the longest time, and I think I was always nervous about catching a ball. The other thing about it, for some reason, the pocket, that's this thing. You get it in the pocket, man. Get it in the pocket. It just would hit the pocket and fly right out. Nothing ever stayed in the pocket. And so I did not have great success with this glove. But I did have fun. On a Saturday, meet with a couple of friends. This is by now I'm in my late teens, maybe even university days. You'd go out to Meadowbrook. They had a baseball diamond there, the fence. And you'd play 21 with your buddies. So guy up, hits it. If you catch a pop fly, you got 7 points. A one bouncer, you got 5 points. A grounder, you got 3. And if the thing just kept going and it stopped, the guy had hit it so far, I think you got 1 point just for fetching the ball. You needed 21 to get back up to bats. I rarely ever, I think out of sympathy, they'd sometimes let me have a turn batting. And even then it was tough. I guess my point is I was lousy at sports. I had a football too at one point. I have a photo of me holding a football, and my brother and sister just laugh like, yeah, when were you ever a football player? Well, I never was. Nobody in my family had any ability or even an interest in sports. And it's kind of sad because I think later on in life, when people are working for companies or joining friends, adulthood, fathers get together, your old buddies get together, you put on your skates and you play some hockey or do something. I never had that. And sports is something that gives you confidence in life, and I've never had confidence, or never enough. Somehow I've pushed myself to do things and I've managed okay. But something was missing, and I think a lot of that is just to never have participated in a team sport, and been good enough. I have some sad tales, putting on skates and joining a hockey team before I knew any rules of hockey and showing up at the Lachine Arena. My father drove me there, and it was a high school, or no, it was elementary school. And I remember a friend showing on a piece of paper the plays, like a plan. Okay, I mean, you go here, you deke out here, and I'll pass you the puck, and what the hell is this guy talking about? I had no idea. And I think I lasted a game. They were supposed to take practice shots on the goalie, and I think it was ball your defense. Obviously it was going to be, if anything, if I ever got to play. And I remember skating right in front and stopping pucks. I had shin pads. And then being yelled at. You're not supposed to stop. You're supposed to be shooting, taking practice shots. It's for the goalie. What are you doing in there? And anyway, I came home, and my mother knew, I don't think Kenny can skate, Kenny, I'm giving away my real name here. And asked my father, how did he do? And my father, out of kindness, said, oh, he was a real, Rocket Richard, something like that. Just to say, don't worry about him. He's fine. He'll be okay. But I don't think I ever went back. I don't think I ever played a game. And so there's a bit of sadness with this thing. Now, I'm going to tell you something else about it, though, that makes it special to me. You probably can't see it very well, but right there, it says my name, Ken. Well, my name. Doesn't say Scarborough Dude. I wasn't the Scarborough Dude back then. Can you read the letters? Doesn't work very well. I did that with a magnifying glass. So I wasn't good at sports, but man, I could handle a magnifying glass to put it out in the sun and just hold it, focus that lens until it started burning and the smoke started coming up. And I have done it perfectly. There's a perfect K, capital letters E, N, and in the family name, capital for the first name, letters in each. I mean, it's perfectly done. God, there it is. There you can see. Well, there's the last name. Don't know why I'm not saying it. And should be able to. There we are. It's a little backwards there, but I'm so proud of that. And that would have been more fun to me than anything. That's how I spent the time, burning my name into my glove. So I still have it. It's still useless. Do you just throw something like this in the garbage? Do they rot eventually? It hasn't now, and that's I'm talking grade 5. This is pretty darn old. But that's the story of my baseball glove. There's a little bit of sadness tied in with it because I was just not very good at sports. I am grateful for the friends who I did play 21 with, and we had fun doing that. But anything that was competitive, anybody that yelled at you because you missed a ball or something, that wasn't for me. A lot of it, I know one of the excuses, of course, is we grew up in a small town and there were no organized sports or games or anything. And by the time I moved to Lachine, the suburbs of Montreal, all the kids already knew. They were already playing. They already knew the rules. They already watched it on TV. They already had their favorite hockey players and heroes. And I knew nothing about that. And nobody taught me. There was no, gym was just they just yelled at you a lot. And by the time I was in high school, I skipped gym more than I ever attended with the other guys who were kind of useless at it. And it's sad, so I understand this movement now of getting kids to, everybody plays hockey, everybody gets a trophy. And we know that's not right, but still, you want to encourage kids. Neither of my sons, it wasn't passed on, so we have generations of no sports. We encourage them to do swimming and trying the soccer, and neither were really interested, and that's that. So it continues on, and who knows what the future holds. But I will say, it's like music at schools where they've cut it out. There should be greater efforts with less teasing of the unfortunate kids who are not very good at it. And a lot more encouragement from families, friends, anybody to get out there and play a game. Have fun. Scarborough Dude, signing off. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.